Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's going on, y'all? This is me, your host, Louis B. This is another installment of Checking In. Listen, I always try to do something different. I know I'm telling y'all that I'm looking for all my creators, my entrepreneurs, so I can check in with y'all. I know you thought I was just doing music artists, but I want to try something a little different. So I got my man here, Calvin the Barber, aka McFLAIR QUTS. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to check in with him, and I'm about to get me a good cut in the process, because as you can see, I need that shit. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Tell me about your start in this whole thing. I did a little research on you. I try to do my research on my people. You started at 13, not quite 13, but 11, cutting hair.
Yeah, I was actually when I was 11, I was working in a barbershop, just sweeping, and they would try to show me little techniques. And they'll literally grab my hand on the clipper and show me how to do it or whatever. So when they shut down, I just started using what they taught me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. That's crazy. So I saw you say you was like a sweeper boy or something like that. So when did you pick up, when did you decide that, hey, I'm actually gonna start on a fucking person this time? Like that, it's different. Me, I can't even do shit on my own head, right? I'm scared as fuck to even touch my own head. Like, how did you find the confidence to say, all right, I'm about to fuck with somebody else, and then for them to have the confidence in you to say, all right, this 11-year-old, 12-year-old, 13-year-old is gonna cut my hair and do that shit.
Right. So first of all, I had two little brothers, so they were my test dummies. I made them sit their ass down, and I made them get their hair cut.
Yeah.
So I used them as my test dummies, but what really made me start, because I started cutting my own hair first. So, and when people started seeing that how I was cutting my own hair, they like, the way that if you can cut hair like that on yourself, I'm sure, more than sure, you can do better on somebody else.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, I'd be right. So it's pretty much how I got. It was everybody telling me that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just like one person. It was just like
so
everybody.
Somebody they saw the seed and they wanted to plant it. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, you know. So I started on my little brothers first.
Yeah.
Then it went from them to their friends, and then my friends and their friends, and it just went like that.
So you cutting hair, 13. When did you decide, hey, okay, I'm gonna start taking this serious?
I ain't taking serious till I was about 21, 22, because I always thought, like, you know.
Because I was about to say, personally for me, if I was doing that shit young, I feel like it's already my calling.
Right, okay. And the reason I didn't take it serious until 21, 22 was because in high school, everybody was going to college.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't make bad grades. I can get into a college. So I just felt like going to barber school was like for people who couldn't get into a real college. So I didn't want to do it because I'm like, I can get into a real college. But when I went to college, that wasn't it.
Where'd you go to school at?
Huh?
I said, where'd you go to school?
I had went to this like little community college. And it was called Westwood.
Oh, so it wasn't even for hair?
Yeah, no, it wasn't even for hair. It was for IT.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you got in there, you said, all right.
This ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it.
So from there you went what? You went straight into barbering school?
So no, it was a whole journey, bro. Like it was like when I dropped out of college or whatever, I started trying to like find jobs and stuff. I mean, nobody would hire me. Nobody. I would dress up, go to interviews, feel like I killed it. Nobody would hire me. So I moved to Savannah, where I know it's pretty slow at, you know what I'm saying? They gonna hire any damn body, you know what I'm saying? So
Ain't smarter, not harder.
Right. So I moved to Savannah with one of my girlfriends, and got a job out there. And then from there, it was like cause I struggled out there. You know what I'm saying? That's really where that's where real life hit me out. Real life hit me out there in Savannah.
Real life. Talk about real life. What does that consist of?
So, it's a long story. So I'm trying to make it short. Like when I went out there, when I moved out there or whatever, they I was staying with my homegirl and her boyfriend or whatever, right? Cause they needed a roommate or whatever.
Yeah.
So went out there, something happened where you know what I'm saying, the whole relationship, all that. So I went out there, that happened, we ended up having to move. So we came back to Atlanta for about a month, I think. And we went back. I had intentions on, I wanted to go back because I had a job out there. I was making some money out there and I couldn't do it in Atlanta. Atlanta wasn't messing with me like that. So
why not? You could cut, my nigga.
No, but this was before I was cutting for real. You know what I'm saying? This when I was just looking for a job.
Trying to get a shot.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I wasn't even thinking about barbering. And man, went out there, I had intentions on staying with my uncle when I got out there or whatever, and when I got out there, he started answering his phone.
Oh shit.
Right. So luckily before I left, I had got a few hours in where I was working at. I was working at Zach.
Okay.
So I got a few hours in. I had a little check, you know what I'm saying, enough to get a hotel room for, you know what I'm saying, 2 nights. So I'm thinking he gonna call me back, within 2 nights. Man, this man ain't called me back at all. Like, I ended up being homeless out there. Like, I was literally sleeping at a Kmart and Starbucks. Literally out there, and like people running up to me, like trying to give me food. I'm like, nah, I'm fine. Like, I'm fine. Like that made me cry because I didn't like that people was looking at me like that. You know what I'm saying? So like,
fam, I want everybody that's listening right now. If y'all hear this, look at where we're at right now. This is his, okay?
Oh, man.
This is his shit.
Facts.
Anything is possible. What Kevin Garnett say? Anything is possible. Like, what the fuck, man?
No,
this is
real.
Amazing.
No, for real. Anything really is possible. Like,
so obviously that shit was damn fuel.
So while I was down there, I had the best group of friends, bro. Like, and I did not know these people, like, because they was looking for a roommate. So that my girlfriend, she called me like, oh, hey, somebody looking for a roommate. I'm like, shit, I need to know. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. And these group of people, it was like a 5-bedroom. The house really looked like a bando. The house looked like a bando, but I didn't care. Okay, I did not care. But with those group of people, they made me realize that I never had a plan for myself. Like, cause we were all sitting in the living room and talk about, what we want to do. And that's when I realized I don't even have a fucking plan. I don't know what the fuck I want to do. So I'm like, okay, what do I want to do? What is it that I can do that I would enjoy, but still make money? Right. You know what I'm saying?
And it's already there.
Man, listen, already there. And I'm sitting here contemplating on what the hell it is I can do and not knowing what I could really do. Right. So it hit me. I mean, it hit me like, it literally hit me like boom. Like, I'm like, nigga, you can cut hair. Like, I'm definitely talking to myself like, nigga, you can cut hair like that. So when I went out, as I'm down there, I'm literally planning how I'm gonna be when I get back to it, cause I'm coming back to Atlanta. Like, I'm going back.
We gotta come back and
okay, we gotta come in your own city. Yeah. So I'm like, I got to go back there. I'm like, what you gonna do when you get back to Atlanta? Right. So I planned it. I had a plan, bro. I said, it's so crazy, and I'm so glad me and my friends, when we had those conversations, and I was able to give them my plan, they heard me talk about this. Like, before any of this shit happened, like they heard me talk about this. Yeah. So finally moved back to Atlanta after getting fucking locked up in Savannah.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
Okay. So moved back to Atlanta, and I came up here with a plan. So I'm like, okay, I'm finna go to school, and we gonna start there. You know what I'm saying? So I went to Poway Hair School out there in Stone Mountain.
I want to stop you right there. Can I ask you, right before you went to school, since you was already decent at cutting hair, on a scale of 1 to 10, how far do you think you already was going into there? Going into school?
On a 1 to 10, like me, compared to me now, knowing what I know now, see that's the thing. Like, okay, I'm gonna say I was probably like a 4-5. I'm gonna say I was a 4-5.
Okay.
Because
I like the honesty.
Yeah, because when I went to barber school, it was just more that you think you know it, but you don't know nothing till you actually being educated on your career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say a 4-5. But when I was walking in, I was thinking I was like a 7-8.
Shit humbled you real quick.
Humbled me real quick.
So you was in there with some real good.
Oh yeah, it was.
Okay.
See, a lot of people go to barber school just to get their license. They already know, like me, like they already know how to cut hair. Right. They just need their ears.
Okay.
But you, like I said, you think you know it all, but you don't know nothing till you get educated and be guided by somebody who's been doing this for years. You know what I'm saying?
So who was that person for you? Go ahead and shout them out, man.
It was, I can say it was about 3 or 4 instructors that we had in our school. There was Mr. Whitfield.
Shouts out to you.
Mr. Whitfield for sure. And Mr. Dumas.
Shouts out to you.
Yes, sir. That man, I'll get on him later. But Mr. Denson. And that was really pretty much it, to be honest. Yeah, those 3.
Okay. So those were the ones that damn honed in your skills. It was the ones that if you fucked up on the line, say, "Hey, young blood."
Yeah. That's exactly what they call you too, boy.
Let them walk out the door and then be like, "Look, let me tell you, next one that come in, you can't do that."
Yeah, exactly.
The last one you fucked up, collateral damage. Sorry,
exactly. So shout out to them folk, man. They definitely helped me out because I was going through it even in barber school because when I had lost my best friend or whatever, like I dropped out for like 2 months.
Shit.
Yeah, I dropped out for like 2 months.
Tell me how did that impact you?
It impacted me a lot because I couldn't focus no more, like, cause it was, like I said, it was my best friend, so
yeah.
Like,
I was thinking, shit, the drive that we were just talking about that you had, that shit probably dwindling down at this point.
Because we were supposed to do almost everything together, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like the opposite of me, like, but the same. Like, I cut hair, he do hair. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We had the same talents, but in different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
wow.
Yeah. So when that happened, they really wasn't supposed to let me back in because, or if they was gonna let me back in, I was supposed to pay like a reinstatement fee,
makes sense,
or whatever. So they messed with me so much they waived that for me. You know what I'm saying? So I respected that so much because that meant they still believed in me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it takes. How did the light bulb turn on this time? That's some hard shit to get over.
So this is how it happened. Mr. Whitfield. Mr. Whitfield pretty much used like reverse psychology on my head. Like, he was just like, I bet you 30 days you can't. He said, I bet you can't come to school 30 days straight with no lateness, no absences, no nothing. I said, what? And that was a challenge for me. You know what I'm saying? So he said, I bet you $100. I said, okay. Oh, and I definitely didn't want to lose that. And so, but not knowing that, you know, when you do something for 21 days, it becomes a habit. You know what I'm saying? So then once I won the bet, he gave me clippers. The school gave me clippers. They gave me all kind of new equipment and everything. Like, they gave me a award and all that. Like, it motivated me. It made me want to, go harder.
Yeah.
So when that happened, he kind of instilled it in me without me even knowing it.
I want to talk about this because I think it's pretty cool. I've never been to one. The Bronner Brothers showcase.
Oh yeah.
And you was in that motherfucker and you killed the shit, fam. Talk about that.
So it actually happened while I was in barber school. They pretty much asked me to choreograph, you know, the whole show actually.
Oh wow.
And I actually took myself out of the show, but when the show actually came, I was just because it was certain requirements that they required that you do when you're on stage or whatever, when you're doing a hair show. So you had to have somebody cutting, you had to have somebody styling, everybody had to participate on a head.
Yeah.
So literally we just I don't know. It was weird because we didn't follow through with with the original plan. But I went out there. I literally went out there. I had some oil sheen cans, and I'm just like out there fucking it up. And the crowd I'm telling you, the crowd went wild. The crowd went wild.
I'm taking the damn oil sheen.
No, for real. But we had fun that day. We won first place, and we had another competition that we won as well.
You said we gonna go back to back.
Okay, back to back. I left school May 7, 2015. That's when I graduated. And then once I graduated, I went to work on Cleveland Avenue at the beauty bar. At the beauty bar on Cleveland Avenue, it was a mega salon. So you had all these stylists, you had all these makeup artists, all these barbers, teeth whiteners. We had everybody in there. It was a mega salon. Right. So it was a one-stop shop for everybody. So I went work there for about. So I graduated in May. I think I started working there in June, and then from June to September, I moved to Buckhead. Yeah. And then Buckhead is what forced me to change my prices.
He was homeless, people.
Oh.
I'm gonna keep saying that shit.
No, for real, no cap.
He was homeless.
But I moved from Cleveland Avenue to Buckhead in less than 3 months.
For all my niggas, all my ATLians, that's a jump.
Okay, no, for real.
That's a fucking jump.
Yeah, so when I moved in, had to bump my prices up, and man, everything changed then. It was a whole nother chapter.
A whole nother chapter.
Okay, no.
I got you.
Up until March this year, this is my first year working on this book. Like actually cutting on it. I bought it last year.
How much?
It was like, I caught it because this guy had a fleet of buses. So he sold it to me for like, I think it was like 6,100. But now I try to go look them up, try to, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know they up now.
They up.
Oh my God.
They up now. I said, ooh, God is good, boy, because never would have made it.
Listen, everybody, take your PPP money and do the right thing if you still got some left.
Oh, okay. No cap. Was it my PPP? No.
I'm like, was it my PPP? I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't think PPPs was out there.
A year into doing this, what has been the hardest thing about, I guess, just venturing off on your own?
So, my mentor, because I was working with my mentor too, because she got this dope ass like loft, and like it looks like an apartment. But when you walk in there, it's player, like it's real player. But so I ended up having to leave her, which was one of the hardest things I think I ever had to do was leave, like, you know, break off from my mentor, you know what I'm saying? So,
but it was to do better things. So
yeah,
that's always a good situation.
Like she was happy, man. Like she was genuinely happy for me.
And that's how you supposed to set it up.
Yeah, and that made me feel good, you know what I'm saying? So I already knew it wasn't gonna be no, you know, but she told me, she's like, there's a difference between being self-employed and a business owner, because it is. There's a difference. Because when you're self-employed, more than likely you like when I was working underneath her, like in her facility or whatever, I still had to pay booth rent. You know, if anything went wrong, she had to take care of that. Like, I'm just there using your space, paying you for your space, cutting hair, and that's it. But see, now that I got my own shit, I gotta fix everything. So it's definitely challenging.
Oh shit, it's a bus. I need an oil change.
Tell me how much an oil change is.
How much is an oil change?
$475 for an oil change. Let that marinate.
Yeah.
Right. No pun He's inside of you guys who know what
$100 a head. God damn it. I get it now. I understand.
Yeah,
I would not be upset at that.
It cost $120 to fill it up. And it gotta run because it actually got to be on.
Yeah, it has to.
It got to be on. I can't work in no heat.
You also have other skills in your repertoire.
Yes, sir.
Niggas might not know you're a music artist. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so
you got 2 Instagram pages.
I sure do. So I'm a rapper, you know what I'm saying? So I've been rapping since I was in 8th grade. My big sister was a rapper first. So I hadn't seen my big sister in like some years before we reconnected. And when she came back with like a mixtape, a CD with all her music on there. And I was just inspired by my big sister, you know what I'm saying? Especially not being able to see her in a long time.
Right.
So I was inspired. So she was teaching us how to write. And you know, my first rap was pretty. I don't remember it, and I don't want to. It was one part that I remember, and I know the whole thing was trash. The whole thing was trash.
Say Dookie.
For real. So, but I've always been a fan of rap, a fan of music. Period. Honestly, because of my mama. My mama wasn't one of those women that listen to R&B much. Like she listened to shit like Outkast, like 8-Ball, MJG,
the good shit,
Pastor Troy, all the southern rappers and stuff. She'll listen to Tupac was one of her favorites. Like Tupac was one of her favorites. We never listened. Down here back then we never really listened to northern music like that. Like it had to come on the radio for us to hear. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I got into it because of my sister.
So as far as your artistry is concerned, when it comes to the music, is this like your number 1 or your number 2?
What, music? Music.
Or are you just a jack of all trades? You know what I'm saying? It's 1A and 1B.
So I'm gonna put it like this. I was told the jack of all trades is the master of none. So I made sure I became a master at one, which is this barber and shit. Like I mastered this, I can do this.
Eyes closed.
This gonna pay for the music shit. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
And then now that I'm a master this, I can move on to the music and master that as well.
I like it.
So that's where I'm at with that.
I like it. You got some new shit out?
Working on it. It'll be out on my birthday.
Okay.
October 10th. Coming soon.
What's your artist name?
I just changed it like a few months ago. And my old artist name was Red Crucial. Crucial with a K. That's been my name since 8th grade. And that's why I was like, you know what, it's time to change it because I done grew from that. And I just couldn't really hear no host saying, welcome to the stage, Red Crucial. I couldn't hear that. I couldn't hear it.
And you coming out to spit bars.
Right. Like, I'm like, no, I couldn't hear that.
It's Crucial Red.
Right. So I'm like, what's something that will be like universal and more marketable, but still true to me.
Right.
And I came up with Cold Red. Well, actually, one of my friends came up with this shit, and I just took it. So, came up with it, and honestly, that name change kind of changed my whole little, you know what I'm saying, my little swag. It did.
Like
It made me feel like I graduated.
Yeah, like you matured a little bit. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Time for the reveal. Time for the reveal.
See what is giving.
What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking?
Y'all see this,
I saw it already, but what y'all thinking, man? What's going on? Talk to me. You see the part? You see it? You see it?
It's a new man right here. What's your new name?
Louis B. But listen, man, I appreciate you so much, Calvin. This has been another episode of Checking In. Listen, like I said, I'm trying to do different shit, man. So all of my entrepreneurs, all of my creatives, whatever you got going on, please reach out to me. I want to interview you. I want to check in with you. I want to talk with you. Hopefully you guys be inspired by what we just did here.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, until next time.
Until next time.
Why these niggas stay wandering, and now I'm pondering if I should flex up on the gram. I can flex in real life and I can put that on my fam. Ooh wee, goddamn, how you do it just like that? I'ma ride till the wheel fall off, but I don't fix a flat.